Hello, 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 hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I am so glad that I finally heard from you guys and that you are getting all the videos I am sending. That's great. I hope that you're enjoying them. Again, I know I'm not as fun as Miss Marjo, but she needed a little break this year. She's working on some new things, and I think she just needed that extra time. So again, if there's anything that you want differently from me, you just let me know. And we will make those changes as we can. I did talk to Miss Marjo today, and she said that she would be happy to do a little recording and send it over. She said just give her a little bit of time to do that. I know they're about to set up for book fair, so it may be a week or two, even a little longer, because book fair will start later this week, and it'll go all the way through next week. So within the next few weeks, I'm hoping to have a little clip from Miss Marjo as well. Yesterday, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to send a story. I was out yesterday. My house, our AC went out, our air conditioner, and it was really hot in my house, and so we had to relocate for an evening. And we had to take my baby Savannah up to my mom's house, and I ended up just taking the day off because it was just easier that way. But it is now a terrific Tuesday. Today, my students went into the gym and did some tennis skills. It's like Special Olympics for tennis, but they do it here at McCarthy-Tesler instead of getting on the bus and going somewhere. So it is, for the second day in a row, very rainy, very cloudy, and a little bit chilly, but it's also very humid. So that just means when you go outside, you feel like something is just blocking when you're trying to breathe. Very humid, so it's not as chilly as it was yesterday. Yesterday was the weather was perfect if it weren't raining. But the chill in the air was really fun yesterday, and it definitely means fall is around the corner. And I do believe fall starts Sunday, so in less than a week, I think is the first day of fall. It may be next Monday. I know it's either Monday or Tuesday, so let's look it up. First day of fall. First day of fall for 2024 is September 22nd, which is this weekend on Sunday. So I'll have to see if I can find us some fall books to read. Again, Miss Marjo came through with a bunch of new books, a couple of books for fall to make that transition. Book about bats in the library. So a bunch of fun books. And then once we finish another week or two of short stories, Miss Marjo thought you might like to read this chapter book. Oh, wait. Maybe. No, this isn't a chapter book. So I'll have to... She's supposed to be pulling me a chapter book. I thought this was. But we'll read that too. That's a silly book. I guess I didn't even pay attention to it till just now, but that's a silly book. But it looks big, but it's not big at all. So today we are reading one of my all-time favorite stories. This was one of my favorite stories growing up. This is still one of my favorite stories. It definitely reminds us that kindness and just giving to others is of the utmost importance. It's extremely good at teaching that lesson in this book. And it is a bestseller, which means it is a very popular book. And I'm going to guess that probably most teachers have this book in their classroom. And the name of this book is called The Rainbow Fish, and you may have read it before. So I'm sorry if you have, because it is such a popular story. So in this book, You've got a fish, and he's got all these glittery scales all over. And what's going to happen is he's the only fish in the whole ocean with these scales. And sorry, I think somebody's knocking at my door. He's the only fish in the whole ocean that has all of these nice, pretty, glittery scales. And people are going to ask him to share, and we're going to see what happens. And we will go from there. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. So deep down in the ocean, there was a beautiful fish. And he had pink and green and blue and purple scales, the most beautiful scales in the world. And he also had these glittery scales. Look how they're so shiny. And so fish, so us humans, we have skin. We have smooth, nice skin. Fish have what we call scales. And if you rub them one way, they're really smooth. But if you go rub them upwards or backwards, they feel really rough. They can almost cut your hands. They're so rough. So that's what a scale is. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So these fish, they want to play with the Rainbow Fish. They think he's so beautiful, and they just want to play with him too. And he thinks he's too good to play with others, which is not very nice, because you know what? He may be beautiful, but if he's not nice, nobody's going to like him, no matter what he looks like. And that's another, just because you have all the nicest clothes, or you might be the prettiest person in the room, if you're not nice, people don't want to be around you. And so that's what we learn in this book as well. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please, please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." So one day, a little fish followed after him. The Rainbow Fish, he asked if he could have one of his shiny scales. "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all of his friends what happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. So he said, "You want one of my scales? No thanks." So that's what we call selfish and proud, and not good proud. So sometimes we're proud of people when they do things, but this just means he's not humble. This means he's prideful. He thinks he's better than all the other fish. So they learned that he was really mean, and so every time he would come around, they would all swim away. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." So now Rainbow Fish is extremely lonely. Nobody likes him, even though he's the most beautiful fish in all the ocean. And the starfish says, "I don't know how to help you, But if you go to the deep, dark cave where the octopus lives, the old wise octopus, maybe she can. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside. He couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. So he swam, looking at the cave, and then all of a sudden, the wise octopus, the 2 eyes and the legs. Octopus have 8 legs. And now he's there, and he's going to find out why nobody wants to swim. Everybody swims away. I've been waiting for you, said the octopus with a deep voice. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. So he said, you're the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will find happiness another way if you give your scales to others. Give those shiny scales to others. And you might not be the most beautiful after that, but you're going to find happiness. But I can't, the rainbow fish started to say. But the octopus had already disappeared into the dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales. Never. How could I ever be happy without them? So now he's all worried. He's like, I can't give away my beautiful scales. And sometimes that's what happens in life, you know? We have things we love. We have things we want to hold on to. But sometimes it's better to give them up, to give them away. Sometimes it's hard to buy certain things, but we know we need it. So we have to give away our money to buy certain things. Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please, don't be angry. I just want one little tiny scale. The rainbow fish thought, and he thought, maybe only one very small shimmery scale, he said. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. The little blue fish came back asking for a scale, and the rainbow fish said, well, maybe I won't just miss just one teensy tiny little scale. So he thinks about it. He thinks and he thinks and he thinks, and he says, okay. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you. Thank you very much. The little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering over the water. So there's the little blue fish. And there's the rainbow fish giving away his first shiny scale. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the others. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more happy he became. When the water around him was filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So there he is right in the middle with a few less shiny scales. But now he's looking around and he's giving scales to all the other fish. There's one over here with one. And now he's happier than ever, and he feels like he belongs even more. Finally, the rainbow fish only had one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was the happiest he'd ever been. Come on, Rainbow Fish, they called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said Rainbow Fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. So There he is. One little scale left. But now he feels happier than ever. He feels more included than ever. And he's made everybody else happy. So, that's definitely a story we can learn from. I definitely always have to pull this story out when we have issues with sharing, or when we think what we have makes us better. Again, like I was saying, just because you have the prettiest clothes, or just because you have the prettiest hair, or what may be, it does not always mean that you are the best. So at the end, we learn that sharing is always best. And it not only makes us happy, but it makes everybody else happy as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's do, I'm trying to think. I got my friends coming back in just a few minutes. So this one's so silly, but it's a little longer. So I'm going to call it a day short today. I know it's not as long as our normal videos, but tomorrow I'll read this one, and it's a little longer. The pages aren't long, but there's like over 50 pages. So it'll be a quicker read, but it may take me longer to flip the pages. So this is a funny book, and Miss Marjo picked it out for you. So I do hope you enjoy it. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you are inside and dry and safe on this rainy Tuesday. I know I'm very sleepy. I need a nap. So if you need one, I hope you're getting it. I hope you have a great day, Keith, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.